Imagine this. You step outside at midnight, and the sky is still glowing bright. Children are playing soccer. People are fishing by the lake. Some are even mowing their lawns at 2 a.m. Welcome to Finland in the summer, a place where the sun refuses to set. A land where night simply disappears. But why does Finland have no night in summer? And how do people actually live with endless daylight? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see Finland in a way you've never imagined before. And who knows, you might even start planning your summer there. Chapter 1. The Land of the Midnight Sun. Finland sits in the far north of Europe, stretching deep into the Arctic Circle. This unique position on the globe makes it one of the best places on Earth to witness a natural wonder few people ever experience: the midnight sun. Here's how it works. The Earth is not straight as it spins. Instead, it tilts at about 23.5 degrees. During summer, the northern hemisphere leans toward the sun, and the higher you travel north, the longer the sun stays visible in the sky. For most of us, the sun rises in the morning and sets at night. But in northern Finland, it never truly sets in summer. Instead, it circles the horizon like a glowing ring, dipping low but never vanishing. This endless daylight is what Finns call yötön yö, literally nightless night. Imagine standing on a quiet Finnish lake at midnight and seeing the sun still shining softly, painting the sky with gold and pink. It feels otherworldly, almost like time itself has paused. And the farther north you go, the more dramatic it becomes. In Finnish Lapland, the land of reindeer and endless forests, the sun can remain visible for up to 70 days without setting once. That means over 2 straight months where darkness simply doesn't exist. Think about that. 70 nights replaced by glowing daylight. To locals, it feels normal. To visitors, it feels magical, like living in a place where the rules of nature have been rewritten. Chapter 2. How does it feel? What is it really like to live in a world where night disappears? The answer depends on who you ask. For Finns, it feels natural. They've grown up with summers where midnight looks like late afternoon. Children ride their bikes down quiet village roads, their laughter echoing under a sun that refuses to go away. Teenagers gather around lakesides, fishing or swimming long after midnight. Families sit outside grilling sausages at hours when most of the world would already be asleep. For visitors, however, it's surreal. Many tourists step out of their hotel rooms, glance at their watches, and freeze in disbelief because it says 2:30 a.m., yet the sky is glowing like it's 6 p.m. The body feels confused. Is it time for bed or another adventure? Some even say it feels like living inside a dream that never ends. But here's the subtle detail. The sun doesn't blaze overhead with full intensity. Instead, during these endless days, it often hovers just above the horizon, bathing the world in a soft, golden glow. This creates a kind of natural magic. The light reflects off Finland's countless lakes, making the water shimmer like liquid silver. Birch forests glow with a gentle warmth, their white trunks and green leaves painted in colors you rarely see during ordinary daylight. Even the air feels fresher, lighter, as if nature itself has woken up and invited everyone to stay outside a little longer. It's not just light, it's light transformed into an experience. For Finns, it's everyday life. For outsiders, it feels like stepping into a fairy tale where the sun refuses to say goodnight. Chapter 3. The Science Explained. So what's the real science behind this mystery of endless daylight? Let's keep it simple. The Earth doesn't spin upright. Instead, it's tilted at about 23.5 degrees. That tilt may sound small, but it's what gives us the seasons. When the northern hemisphere leans toward the sun in summer, the days get longer. The closer you move toward the Arctic Circle, the more dramatic this effect becomes. Now here's the key. In places close to the Arctic, the sun doesn't dip below the horizon at all. It just circles the sky like a golden ring. To us, it looks like the sun is refusing to set, But in reality, it's the Earth's tilt and rotation creating the illusion of no night. This is why you'll see the midnight sun not only in Finland, but also in Sweden, Norway, Iceland, Greenland, Alaska, and northern Canada. They all share the same northern latitude. But Finland has something that makes it stand out. Almost 1/3 of the entire country lies above the Arctic Circle. That's a massive area where summer nights are replaced with glowing daylight. In Lapland, Finland's northernmost region, the sun can stay visible for more than 70 days in a row. Imagine an entire summer without darkness, 2.5 months of sunlight. For the rest of the world, night means stars, moonlight, and darkness. But in Finland's summer, night becomes a glowing twilight, a time when the sun hovers low but never disappears. So when people say Finland has no night in summer, they're not exaggerating. They mean it quite literally. The sun simply refuses to go down. Chapter 4. The Effects on Daily Life. This is where the midnight sun really begins to shape everyday life. Living with 24-hour daylight changes not only how people move through their day, but also how they feel inside. For many Finns, the constant light feels like a natural energy drink. After months of dark winters, the body soaks up the sunshine, and suddenly people feel more awake, more active, and more social. It's common for Finns to sleep fewer hours in summer, not because they want to, but because their body clock gets a little confused. Bedtime doesn't feel like bedtime when the sun is still shining through your window. But instead of fighting it, Finns embrace it. Summer is the season of freedom and tradition. Families spend long days outdoors picking wild berries, fishing in sparkling rivers, or simply enjoying coffee on their porches at midnight. Nature becomes the heart of life again. One of the most beloved traditions is Mökielämä, cottage life. Families escape cities and head to wooden cottages by lakes and forests. They swim, grill sausages, gather around campfires, and breathe in the endless light. It's slow living, but with a magical twist. Time doesn't seem to end. And then there's the music. Summer in Finland is festival season. From small village gatherings to massive outdoor concerts, people dance and sing under skies that never darken. Imagine standing in a crowd at 1 a.m., music echoing, while the sun still glows above you. It feels almost unreal. Of course, it's not always easy. Some struggle to sleep properly, and that's why blackout curtains and sleep masks are must-haves in every Finnish home. But even then, most people wouldn't trade the midnight sun for anything. It's the season when life feels endless. Chapter 5. The Emotional Side. For Finns, the midnight sun is not just a natural phenomenon, it's deeply emotional. To truly understand it, you have to remember what comes before it, the long, dark winter. In December and January, parts of Lapland sink into polar night, or Kamos. The sun doesn't rise for weeks, sometimes months. Days are marked only by a faint blue glow on the horizon, a few hours of twilight before darkness swallows the landscape again. For many, it feels heavy, even lonely. Life slows down. People rely on warm lights, candles, and the comfort of saunas to push through the gloom. So when summer finally arrives, it feels like a miracle. The return of the sun is not just light, it's hope, renewal, and celebration. Finns embrace every glowing moment as if they're making up for all the hours the sun once hid away. It's not unusual to see families laughing by lakes at midnight, or friends sitting around a campfire long after most of the world has gone to bed. Children stay awake later, adults take vacations, and villages come alive again. Summer becomes a season without limits, where schedules and clocks feel less important than simply being outside, soaking in the light. Ask a Finn what summer means, and many will tell you one word: freedom. Freedom from darkness, from cold, from isolation. The endless light is a reminder that life always returns after hardship. And maybe that's the hidden beauty of Finland's summer. It teaches you to treasure light because you've known darkness. Chapter 6. tourists and the midnight sun. Every summer, thousands of curious travelers make their way to Finland for one reason: to witness the midnight sun. For many, it's unlike anything they've ever experienced, a world where the clock says midnight, yet the sky glows with the warmth of late afternoon. Tourists often describe the feeling as otherworldly. Imagine wandering through a forest at 1 a.m., the air cool and fresh, yet bright enough to see without a flashlight. Or picture yourself gliding across a still lake in a canoe, the water reflecting the sun that hovers just above the horizon, painting the sky with soft pinks and golds. It feels almost like living inside a painting. To make the most of this phenomenon, Finland offers special midnight sun tours and activities. Visitors can join guided hikes across Lapland's fells, where rolling hills glow under a golden sky. Some try horseback, riding through open meadows, trotting under sunlight that never fades. And for those who want something truly unforgettable, there are even midnight golf tournaments, teeing off at 11 p.m., playing a full round under a sky that refuses to turn dark. Festivals also attract international visitors. Music, food, and dance take on a magical quality when they're celebrated under endless daylight. Many travelers say these moments blur the line between reality and dream. The best part? These experiences create memories that feel larger than life. People don't just remember what they saw, they remember how it felt to live in a world where time seemed to stop. For tourists, Finland's midnight sun is more than an adventure. It's a once-in-a-lifetime reminder that our planet still holds wonders that can truly surprise us. Chapter 7. Myths, Legends, and Culture. The midnight sun isn't only a scientific wonder, it has always carried a touch of mystery. In old Finnish folklore, the never-setting sun was believed to hold magical powers. Villagers whispered that staying awake beneath its glow could bring health, good fortune, or even romance. Young women, for example, would pick 7 different flowers on Midsummer's Eve and place them under their pillows, hoping to dream of their future husbands. Others believed that gazing into the midnight sun could cleanse the soul and bring strength for the year ahead. These traditions live on today in one of Finland's most beloved celebrations, Juhannus or Midsummer. It is more than just a holiday. It's a cultural heartbeat. Families and friends gather near lakes and countryside cottages, lighting towering bonfires that crackle under the golden sky. The bonfire itself has roots in ancient beliefs. It was said to ward off evil spirits and ensure a good harvest. The atmosphere is electric. People dance, sing folk songs, and share food late into the night that never arrives. Boats drift lazily across glowing waters, while children run barefoot in fields that shimmer under endless light. For many Finns, Juhannus is not just about celebration, it's about connection to nature, to community, and to the cycle of light and dark that defines life in the north. For Finland, the midnight sun is not just daylight, it's identity. It weaves together science, myth, and tradition into something uniquely Finnish. When you stand by a lake at Juhannus, watching flames rise into a sky that never darkens, you understand why this phenomenon is more than light. It's a story, one passed down through generations, blending wonder, survival, and joy. Chapter 8. What about the winter? Here's the twist in Finland's story of light. If summer offers endless sunshine, winter brings its opposite. In the far north, especially in Lapland, there is a phenomenon called Kaamos, the polar night. During Kaamos, the sun disappears completely below the horizon. Not for a day, not for a week, but for weeks, sometimes months. Imagine waking up in the morning and finding the sky still dark. Imagine walking through the afternoon, and it still looks like night. The only relief is a faint bluish glow at midday, a twilight that lasts just a couple of hours before the darkness swallows everything again. For outsiders, it sounds unbearable, but for Finns, it's a part of life. They adapt with rituals of warmth and light. Candles flicker in every window, Fireplaces glow in wooden cottages, and the beloved Finnish sauna becomes more than just relaxation. It becomes survival for the spirit. Families gather together, drink hot coffee, and find comfort in closeness. Still, the long darkness takes a toll. Some people feel their energy dip. Moods grow heavier. But there is an unspoken understanding. This is the price of living in the north. And when the first rays of spring sunlight finally return, it feels like the entire country breathes again. That's why the midnight sun means so much. For Finns, summer light is not taken for granted. It is treasured. After enduring months of shadow, endless sunshine is not just beautiful. It feels like a reward, a reminder that no winter lasts forever. In Finland, light and darkness are not enemies. They are partners in a cycle that shapes the rhythm of life. Chapter 9. What we can learn. By now, you may be wondering, what does all of this mean for us, who don't live under the midnight sun? Why should we care that Finland has no night in summer? The truth is, the midnight sun carries a lesson far bigger than geography or science. It's a reminder that life is built on balance. You cannot fully appreciate light if you've never known darkness. You cannot feel the joy of summer without first enduring the silence of winter. For Finns, this isn't just a poetic idea, it's their reality. After months of long, cold nights where the sun disappears, they emerge into summer with a passion that is contagious. They don't waste the gift of endless daylight. Instead, they celebrate it, filling their days with laughter, music, connection, and joy. Where others might see an inconvenience, Finns see a treasure. And maybe that's something we all need to remember. In our own lives, we face seasons of struggle, moments that feel like endless nights. But just as surely as the earth tilts and the sun returns, bright days do come. When they do, it's up to us to embrace them, not cautiously, but with full hearts, the way Finns welcome the midnight sun. So perhaps the real gift of Finland's summer is not just its beauty, but its message. Life is a cycle. Darkness doesn't last forever. And when the light finally comes, you should live it fully. In the end, the midnight sun is more than a wonder of nature. It is a symbol of resilience, a reminder to treasure the bright moments because they shine even brighter after the dark ones. Chapter 10. Final takeaway. So, why does Finland have no night in summer? On the surface, the answer is simple. The tilt of the Earth, the position of Finland near the Arctic Circle, and the way our planet dances with the sun. Nature writes the script, and Finland becomes its stage. But the deeper truth is this. It's not just about science. The midnight sun is also about people. It's about how Finns embrace the light, weaving it into their culture, their traditions, and even their sense of identity. It's about children playing long after midnight, families gathering by glowing lakes, and whole communities celebrating midsummer with joy that stretches into the early hours. The midnight sun is not just something you look at, it's something you feel. It changes how you think about time, about seasons, and even about life itself. In a world where we often rush from one task to the next, the idea of endless daylight is a reminder to pause, breathe, and celebrate the moments we're given. For Finland, the midnight sun is proof that even the harshest winters can lead to the brightest summers. For the rest of us, it's an invitation to treasure the light in our own lives, however and whenever it appears. Now I want to hear from you. Would you enjoy living in a place where the sun never sets, filling your nights with light and possibility? Or would it drive you a little crazy, keeping you awake when you should be asleep? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read your answers. And if this journey through Finland's endless daylight inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves travel and culture. Because next time, we'll explore another hidden wonder of the world. Thanks for watching, and remember, right now, somewhere in Finland, the sun is shining, even at midnight.